Good morning, guys. For those of you who would like to boost your immune system, go to Alaska Chaga, click on that link, and find out why millions of people drink Chaga tea every day. And remember, you get 10% off and free freight. And for those of you who would like to help our veterans, go to Hero Soap Company, and they're owned by vets, and they give part of their profits to veterans down their luck. It's a great way to support the channel and help out veterans. Also, for those of you who would like to learn more about CBD products, which have just gone bonkers in this area, and I think across most of the country, and just go to martinbrodellcbd.com and find out a lot more. It's a great way to support your health as well as this channel. Also, for those of you who would like to start your own business, you're a self-starter, you're a hard worker, and you want to sell CBD products, just go ahead and send me an email, and I will send you the name and the phone number of the person to get a hold of. Let's go ahead and dig into some of the news here. So, every day, like Brenda and I, we go, well, we just can't wait to see what craziness, what else these people can come up with. Every day, they stay right there. They stay just as bad, or they get even crazier. And here's Fredo. CNN's Fredo Cuomo calls for white people's kids to start getting killed. No, you can't make that up. So, Chris Cuomo, Fredo, warned viewers on Friday that police reform won't happen until white people's kids start getting killed. The guys, these people, I think they sit around doing their drugs or getting drunk, and they go, come on, dude, we can come up with something dumber than we did yesterday. We got to come up with something really good. What can we do? What can we say? And they do it and they say it. And by the way, speaking of crazy, so here's a woman in a grocery store with her little child, and she's got Lysol or something, and she keeps spraying it all around the kid, killing the germs and everything. And even some of the other people in line, they turn around, they look at her like, what is wrong with you? And what millions of people are doing, and it's their choice, but they're killing their immune system. It's your immune system that helps you fight off infections and disease. And a lot of people, they're destroying it. Anyway, not to mention getting lung disease and skin rashes and so forth. Moving on to panic porn, bullshit. Here's Bill Maher. Now, you got to ask yourself, did they have they made a deal with him? Did he cut a deal? I don't know. It says Bill Maher, 7-minute rant slams globalist media COVID response. He says, I don't want politics mixed in with my medical decisions. He says, don't spin me when it comes to my health, says Bill Maher in his 7-minute monologue, railing on globalist response to COVID in America. He described it quite accurately as panic porn. In the end, he says, all the paranoia is bullshit. So, did they, and by the way, he was praising Ron DeSantis, his COVID response, and well-read scientific knowledge of the Wuhan CCP virus. So, maybe they made a deal with him. As we were told, some of these people would be made a deal with, others would not. And then panic time. NBA fast approaching historic ratings lows. Well, people are fed up. They don't want to hear politics. They don't want politics mixed in with their, just as Bill Maher doesn't want politics mixed in with his health stuff. Well, people don't want politics mixed in with their sports. And then, so global reset. U.S. pledges to stand with China and declare climate emergency. Well, as we know, China owns the Biden administration. In fact, to a large degree, they own most of this government, or a large part of it. And so it's no big surprise. And so just know that a lot of the decisions being made by the Biden administration have to do with China's influence. And then Maidengate, group finds name changes used in vote fraud scheme. So the maiden names of women and previous legal names of others were used in a scheme to create fake voter registrations excuse me, and request fraudulent ballots, contends an independent group collecting evidence under the hashtag Maidengate. Changed names, adoptive names, and divorce names are all part of the scheme. Well, as we're going to find out, they were using all kinds of schemes to cheat. All kinds. And then Kevin McCarthy tells Nancy Pelosi to take action against Maxine Waters for inciting violence. And yeah, she came right out and she told the BLM and Antifa, she goes, keep it up. You know, we need more violence. Go out there. And this woman is nuts. Is Pelosi going to take action against her? Hell no. No way. She may tell her quietly to tone it down a bit, but I guarantee you, she's not going to lay into her. She's not going to do anything to try to remove Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters has just as much stuff on Pelosi as Pelosi has on her. Forget it. It ain't going to happen. And then Christian college sues the Biden administration over Joe's gender identity. And boy, I tell you what, there's a lot of stuff here being exposed, a lot. And it says here, a Christian secondary school is suing the White House over a directive concerning access, sex, and privacy. In January, Joe Biden signed an executive order mandating that colleges make single-sex facilities available to any who identify with the corresponding gender. Such settings include dorms and restrooms. Hence, as reported by the Washington Free Beacon, Missouri's College of the Ozarks has filed against the administration. According to the suit, the order requires a school of just over 1,400 to violate its religious convictions. And so there's a lot. People are fighting back. They're pissed. They've had more than enough. More than enough. And then woke a Coca-Cola goes flat after people find out who they were founded by. And let me see how much time I have left here. Okay, we're good to go. It says we reported recently on Coca-Cola going woke, forcing their employees into anti-white, anti-American, racist, critical race theory education training camps, including telling them to try to be less white. These same slides were sold to Coke by LinkedIn. These slides were funded by apparently anti-American Koch brothers Big Think. That's Koch as in Koch, the wealthy brothers. Big Think presumably sold them to LinkedIn or Koch. The Koch brothers are open borders billionaire globalists, though one is now dead, who claim to be libertarian. And so anyway, and then Koch doubled down by attacking a marginally conservative bill to prevent voter fraud in future elections in Georgia. And as they say here, it was a highly watered down bill, but it was very useful. But Koch deemed it to be racist. And anyway. So it says, don't let that fool you. They still hate you. They're trying to make nice now. No, too late. They still hate you and want all that China money after the Great Reset. They are just afraid that you'll know the truth about them and that they will crumble before it ever happens. Luckily, we have the truth below. It turns out the founder of Coca-Cola was a Confederate soldier who owned slaves and was a morphine addict, among other things. Wow. It says over a century before the company would become derided for purchasing an anti-white curriculum for its employees, Coca-Cola was invented by John Pemberton, who, having sustained a devastating saber wound while fighting for the Confederacy during the Civil War, was addicted to morphine and hoped that carbonated beverage would cure his addiction. Prior to the Civil War, Pemberton married Anna Eliza Clifford Lewis, the daughter of a prominent Georgia plantation owner. In 1854, Pemberton and his wife gave birth to a child, prompting her father to sell the young couple to slaves to assist with raising of the child. Pemberton was also noted as owning a 20-year-old female slave in the 1860 slave schedule, suggesting he may have owned more than two sold to him by his father-in-law. And then Pemberton, an aspiring pharmacist and drug inventor, believed Coca-Cola could help him overcome his addiction to morphine, something he became dependent on after sustaining a saber injury during the Battle of Columbus, Georgia, during the Civil War. And it says Pemberton was shot, slashed with a saber, and scarred for life by the Yankees. He later went bankrupt, and suffering from arthritis and recurrent stomach pains, Pemberton became reliant on morphine and came to believe the claims of American medicine makers that their coca products could be used to wean people from morphine addiction. And anyway, and then the rest is history. Pretty interesting, no? Amazing what you find out here. And then let's go on to Nevada GOP censures Republican Secretary of State who ignored electoral fraud allegations. They're going after him. You know, the Republicans in these states, they're going after him. And I guarantee you, Trump is more prevalent. He's more important than ever. He's got more power than ever. And then lowering the bar. 51 West Point cadets are caught cheating, but will be allowed to remain in the academy. Wow. Not good. Not good. You don't lower. You know, a buddy of mine, and who's no longer teaching, but at the end of his time, he found about 121 students that were cheating. And boy, it's just phenomenal the way things are. Anyway, that is all for now. God bless y'all. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye, guys.